Hello everyone, it's Morgan Elizabeth with Acne Beautiful, and I'm back after about a month, a little over a month away from you guys. I spent the rest of 2020 diving deep into my own spiritual journey. It's been really fun, really creative, working on a lot of visualization practices for the Ancient Roots Retreat and Bed and Breakfast here at the Bowers Mansion. It's been amazing. Cultivating and nurturing a wonderful relationship, so that's been also amazing, and enjoying the holidays. So new year, new energy, putting a lot of the old layers of the self that have been processed to rest. And I have a message that I want to share with you guys to start us off on the right foot for 2021 with Acne Beautiful. Yes! And the next video after this one will wrap up part 4 of the endocrine system. So we did 3 videos on the endocrine system through September and October, and we talked about hormones and the different acne conditions that you can have associated with the different hormonal imbalances. So part 4 was going to be, I've had this content written for a while now, but the typical symptoms associated with the hormonal imbalances in acne. So what I want to share with you guys today is not terribly different than anything I've said in the past. Getting into some of our mental pictures, our perceptions of ourselves with acne, what that means, how to break them down, how to change them. We're just talking about it in a different way with a fresh outlook for 2021. As always though, when you say something in a different way, when you put a different spin on it, there's always some new information to take along with you. So, without further ado, sorry, someone's calling me. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. So the most important thing about changing your skin from acne to clear is to change the pictures in your minds. The pictures in your minds are like your current and your past perceptions of yourself. And the reason why I say this is similar to some of the things I've talked about in the past is because we've talked about the way we see ourselves and how we can get stuck into our autopilot way of living our lives, seeing ourselves, which makes it hard to change, because we need that awareness. So what is the most important thing about changing your skin from acne to clear? Changing the pictures in your minds. And those pictures in your mind are your perceptions of yourself, current and past, which also create the basis for your future self. So it is truly important to be honest with yourself right here at this spot, at this junction in the journey. No one is around to judge you. You have to look at yourself super honestly, and you don't have to uphold your sense of self-worth here, but you do have to ask and answer the question to the deepest part of your soul: how does acne make you feel? How does acne make you feel? How does acne make you feel? Yeah, really, how does it make you feel deep inside yourself on a day-to-day basis? Some days you're going to feel differently, because acne is one of those things that ebbs and flows. And one day you're going to look at yourself and be like, oh, it's not so bad today. And the next day you're going to look at yourself and be like, what's going on? At a root level, as somebody who struggles with their skin, how does acne make you feel? So this is the part where I want you to be super honest with yourself. Do you feel ugly when your skin is breaking out? And ugly is like a big word. It's kind of a harsh word. It's a scary word. It's not a pretty word. Do you feel unworthy? Do you feel angry, undeserving? Do you feel depressed? How does it make you feel? Do you feel beautiful? And I'm not talking about acne positivity when I say that. Acne positivity, feeling beautiful despite your outward appearance. No, how does it really make you feel? Maybe you do feel beautiful with it. How does it make you feel? Just ask and answer yourself that question honestly, to the deepest part of your being. You know what I'm asking here. You know. So ask yourself. You don't have to prove anything to me or anyone else right now. So look yourself in the mirror, maybe put your hand on your heart, and ask and answer, how does acne make you feel? I know how it's made me feel in the past. I know how it can make me feel when a little bit crops up here and there. It can still be super triggering, even if it's just 1 or 2 pimples. Traditionally in this culture, we know it's not uncommon for the appearance of acne to leave one feeling ugly and not very beautiful. And this is just reinforced over and over in a number of ways. Through the media, through the magazines, through models, skincare products, makeup, marketing. Perhaps a boy or boys you liked that didn't like you back and you felt like it was related to your skin. Does everyone feel this way? No. But do many? Yeah. So why are the pictures in our mind or our perception of ourselves, why is that so important when it comes to acne? Because simply believing in, and we believe in these mental images without realizing it, but by believing in these mental images, we consequently continue to enforce them, reinforce them, and play them out in our day-to-day lives. We give them life and we give them power, and the feelings associated with them become stronger than the feelings we want to replace them with. And when that happens, the dominant of the 2 feelings will win and play out in your outer world, and your appearance will reflect that as well. So inside, deep within inside, you have feelings of, disliking the way your skin looks or feels. And you don't enjoy that, perhaps. So it doesn't make you feel good. Whatever feelings come with that are associated with it, that we just went through a plethora of them. If you're trying to replace those feelings with a different feeling, like, I feel beautiful, I feel powerful, I am beautiful no matter what my skin looks like. The heart and the mind will tell the heart something, and the heart's going to listen to it. So whatever the dominant of those 2 feelings are, that feeling will win out. So you can be trying to will that other feeling through, and yet the other one is still stronger. It's super rooted, right? It's super rooted in your mental images and perceptions of yourself, which have been created over a longer period of time. So it's easier for that feeling to win out. And then your outer world continues to reflect that feeling, that picture, that perception, just making it harder to change and attain those goals, your wants, your desires. So we want to break that down, shake it up, and make it a little bit easier to get on the path to attaining your goals, your clear skin, your desires. So this is why clearing your skin from within actually starts right here. It starts at this place. That's why I call this Acne Beautiful. This is why it's called Acne Beautiful. Because this is where we start. This is where we start the journey. And this is where we restart the journey. And this is where we come back to daily on the journey to start our day. It is such an integral part of the process. Whether you are clearing your skin or trying to break down and achieve something else in your life. So you have to feel beautiful, or whatever word you want to put there. You have to feel powerful. You have to see yourself as beautiful. You have to see yourself as powerful, deserving, worthy, whatever word you want to put there. You have to do that. You have to do it. 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 And you deserve it. You deserve it. You freaking deserve it. And you're worth it. You're worth it. You are worth it. In fact, I might go so far as to say your life, your future path depends on it. So start here. So ask yourself, how did the mental picture, the perception, get created in the first place? How did you put it in? And how can you take it out? When did it start? Negative mental pictures can also create inferiority complexes. Not obviously, it may not be obvious to one. These are things that are subconscious, deep-rooted. They take hold over long periods of time in our life as we develop our personality and grow up. And they serve two purposes, these inferiority complexes. Their own bias, it skews the perception of your true place in this world and how others relate to you. So it steals something from you. It's like you're stealing something from yourself, unfortunately. Your true, authentic nature. And it doesn't mean it's not always evident. Sometimes that part of you shines through, but sometimes it doesn't. And that's what we want to get around. Because that's sad. And it's robbing something from you. And we don't like that. We don't want that. We don't deserve that. Second, they distort. So these inferiority complexes, negative mental images, they distort the perception of the external world as you see it. And then you tend to perceive your own self-deprecating qualities of your mental pictures or your perceptions of yourself. So we tend to see the, worse, less fun parts of ourselves and reflect those out to the world subconsciously. Not fun or very nice to ourselves either. Then we go through this, again, subconscious process where we try and hide and conceal the parts of ourselves that we don't like or we don't accept in favor of protecting our own self-image, our own fragile self-image. And we do this naturally because we are human beings with egos. So we do it naturally. It's not a bad thing, but we do want to become aware of it so that it doesn't drive us, so it doesn't lead our lives, so that we can make the changes and be the most authentic versions of ourselves that we deserve to be. And unfortunately, when this all happens, it makes the power of those negative mental images and perceptions of ourselves even stronger in the first place. So yeah, feeding the flame. These mental pictures are created subconsciously. I've already said that. But we can bring them into our consciousness, which is why I love meditation so much. We can bring them into our consciousness, our here, our now, so that we can work on changing them. And whatever form of meditation you like to do, even if your meditative state is just getting into some creative activity where you're in the flow, do it. Get into that state where you can identify with the feelings of yourself, where you have the flow space where you can work on visualizing the things that you want to see change in your life. Okay? You do have to switch your attention from negative to positive, though. I know, that sounds like a big blanket statement. But there are some ways that we can do this. There are many ways we can do this. And right now we're going to talk about one great way to do it. So by attributing less importance to what others think about you. So here is where the acne positivity comes into play. Not when you're asking yourself the very honest question of how does acne make you feel? No. But here, yes, here is where acne positivity as a concept comes into play. Attribute less importance to what others think about you. And maybe you already do that. Maybe you've got that part under control with your acne and you don't care. But I know I cared. I definitely cared. I cared what I thought other people thought of me and my outward appearance and what it said about myself and yada yada yada. Yeah, sure I cared. Did I try not to care? Did I try and show that I didn't care? Of course. Again, that is trying to protect that fragile part of yourself. This is natural. This is human. It's okay. We're doing it constantly? No, but we want to project the parts of ourselves that we feel good about. So Then we end up projecting the parts of ourselves that we don't feel so good about subconsciously. So we're becoming aware of it, aware. So yes, by attributing less importance to what other people think about you, or what you think the world thinks about you, or how worthy or not you think you are, number one, okay. And then attribute less importance to your goal of attaining clear skin. Yeah, you want the clear skin. So focus on visualizing the end goal. Focus on visualizing what you can do today and tomorrow, the next steps. Focus on the feeling of having clear skin in your heart. What does it feel like? Focus on that feeling. And magically, this is how the universe works, attaining the clear skin, getting towards that goal, it will actually be nearer to your reach. So by taking down the level of importance that you place on actually attaining that goal, so you want this great job so badly, focus on that next step. What is the next step to get that job? Is it getting some more experience? Is it improving your resume? Is it making a phone call, writing a letter to somebody? Focus on that. Focus on the feeling of having the job that you want. Focus on the feeling of having the clear skin. But take down the importance, the level of importance of actually having it. Because this helps reduce the pressure, the internal pressure that we put on ourselves. Okay, and then we can actually get there a little bit faster. It's a big thing, especially if you have like a perfectionist tendency in any way. Big thing. So, if you could have clear skin today, would you have it? Would you take it? Yeah, sure you would. Sure you would. But here's the ticker. Here's the clincher. Are you ready to have it? Are you ready to simply choose to allow yourself to have it? Allowing ourselves to have the things that we think we want, that we know we want, that we say we want is different. It's different because allowing is linked to the feeling of being worthy of it. So do you feel worthy of it? Do you feel worthy of having $1 million? So are you ready to allow yourself to have it? That is the difference between just wanting it badly, wanting it so badly. It's that feeling of envy, of jealousy, of feeling inferior, of not being ready to allow yourself to truly have it. On the other side of the fence, and knowing that you deserve it, that you deserve it, that you deserve it, okay? So do you consider yourself worthy of having clear skin? Truly. Truly. Again, go back, ask yourself that question. How does acne make me feel? That is linked to your answer here too. It is. That heart, your heart takes what the mind says literally. They're talking to each other. So you want to make sure that they are in coherence too, that they are in sync. This also reminds me of Louise Hay. Her metaphysical idea of acne was a dislike of the self. And when I read that about 10 years ago, I wanted to reject it. I was like, no, I don't dislike myself. It doesn't mean that there's not some part of yourself that you're not liking or that you don't feel worthy. And maybe it's just because of the acne. Maybe if the acne was never there in the first place, you wouldn't have had to deal with that. But, guess what? You're dealing with it. So, do you consider yourself worthy of it? How does acne make you feel? It's 2021, guys. 2020 was a year of shedding those layers, coming to peace, coming to terms with the different parts of yourself that no longer serve you. Okay, but we have plenty of time moving forward into the future, your future timelines. You can get on a different timeline. Whatever trajectory you're on now, if you don't like it, you can change it. You can always change where you are. You have control over your life, more control than maybe you think you have. Give yourself permission, please. Give yourself, your beautiful, beautiful self, permission to be worthy of the gift, the luxury, the natural state that is you of having clear skin. I am right here with you guys, Morgan Elizabeth. Acne Beautiful. Tell me your stories. Tell me your experiences. Tell me how you're feeling. Let me know. I want to hear it all. I love you guys so much. We're moving into 2021 together. It's going to be an exciting and a great year. Thank you for joining me. Next time, part 4 of the endocrine system. We're going to wrap up the hormones and the typical symptoms associated with hormonal imbalances and acne. All right, you guys. Big stretch and a big hug. Bye for now.